So I'm going to make this video. And hopefully you people are listening, because you haven't listened to me for most of my life. Before we get too far, just know I'm doing this freestyle, so it may be a little bit rough, and I really don't care for editing, because then it isn't original. We may have a lot of distractions too, but that's typically how these energies go. I'm making this video because you people need to know why I haven't appeared yet. Just so you know, I'm not full of crap. I served for 15 years in your military. I served in 2 combat tours. I grew up believing a lot of the things that some of the best men of your civilization had believed. I was an 80s kid. I lived in the times that you people are trying to recreate. I didn't join to kill people. I joined because I had many relatives that served in their own capacity and served honorably. I found out many things in my service. The reason you people are experiencing so much pain is not because of me. You are supporting a Masonic system that was created at a time where a certain race believed that they were more powerful than all the other races. I do not represent the most powerful race. I represent every race. My blood is mixed with a little bit of everybody's blood. But I do have two races within my blood that have given me much spirit, much love during my lifetime. Like I said, I grew up in the same system that you did, that told me the same lies that you were told in yours. I know that many of you have awakened yourselves during these moments of reflection. This was intended. I sit here not proud of my service, because I have found out who I was serving and why. I have created much conflict within my being. This country was not found with the good intentions that most of you believe. The Masons have been called many things throughout these 2,000 years. A lot of you that are in fact Masons believed you were serving God, but you were not. The horrible leaders that you have been forced to serve do not represent what I intended. Masons stole this system from a previous system that was created by my ancestors. I don't know how many of you have ever heard of the Law of One, but the Law of One is the foundation that they built their system upon. Many good Christian men have joined the Masons. Even the Christian religion has been severely abused from the beginning. Even that entire belief system was designed to help man rise up from the darkness and see the true light. I say these things with full confidence in my words because I could remember a previous version of myself before this lifetime. I sit here appearing weathered. My righteousness has caused me much negative in my life. But that is why we serve a higher power. The reason I say that the Masons were not correct for the system that they created is because their system created oppression and not the freedom of man. We have been reenacting a war from previous civilizations. It's a time loop. It's a time loop that another race lost. And they tried to recreate things in this time period to make themselves appear or feel as though they won. I am telling you that everything that I know existence knows. This planet is conscious. This planet is aware of the crimes that have been committed upon these lands. Like I said, there will be many distractions during the process of this video. I am making this video as condensed as I can. I have had many names throughout time. I have had many appearances. Each appearance was designed to create more light in this world for man. What I have discovered in this lifetime is that the Masons have fed upon the light that I created here in their different forms of secret societies. There is a reason we gave you JFK. There was a reason we gave you Martin Luther King. There is a reason that we have given you so many important enlightened beings to lift up your vibrations so that we can release ourselves from the confinement, from the slavery. So many things want to stop me from making this message. but those things are of a collective dark consciousness. We knowingly or unknowingly have fed this consciousness through our own desires. There was a reason that Christ consciousness was created. It was created to create a clean environment in which we could rise up and be above the darkness. Unfortunately, the secret societies have abused Christ consciousness. One part of my spirit was designed to support man. If I could compare it to anything, or maybe even with today's generation, I was given programming that I could not remove from my being. So I had to let part of my spirit die. It's the only way that I could even sit here and make this video for you. My purpose in this video is not to create conflict, it is to free you, Masons and people of other races alike. Remember, I served honorably. I did these things for my family that believes in the same history that you were told. But this history is not the history of us all. Right now you are seeing the Masonic system destroyed. The Masons at one time did serve a more righteous purpose. My appearance during this time, I was not exactly what they expected. I was created because I have the ability to change things. I still have the ability to rise everyone up. From the darkness. But I cannot do that freely until man releases himself from his own chains. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the brown people. I'm talking to the black people. I'm talking to the yellow people. I am talking to the white people. I am talking to the red people. These shades of people only exist depending on the locations that you were created and raised. You must understand that we are the same. I've made you so aware of your own world, but nobody has stepped up and led you out of the darkness. They want me to fulfill a prophecy. It's a prophecy that was designed by racists. I will not fulfill that prophecy until I see the efforts of man to release himself. If this does not occur, then I will allow civilization to be destroyed in its entirety. I find it harder and harder to see the light of man as the days go on. And everyone prays so hard. To a system that enslaved us. Do not think that I have not sacrificed. I can explain to you how existence was formed. I can explain to you how everything exists now. I can provide much light. But my light is precious to me. I have fed your system for far longer than what you understand. You know these crimes against man are not to be tolerated, yet you tolerate them because you receive materialistic things within their system that make you feel good, that give you false spirit. I want to tell everyone the truth. But I see everyone slipping into the same loops, the same behavior. If you don't believe me in the Mason influence, I need you to look at their own little private hero. They keep liking to remind me that everything was made up. But that's not the truth. The efforts of good men brought a light to this civilization that allowed it to grow. I believed in that light too, and I invested my own energies into that system. But I discovered that that system never fed us. Every time you lower your consciousness and dive into dark entertainment in its many forms, you feed an energy that I cannot allow to survive. You feed an energy that destroys the very things that you love. Even you, Christians, do you believe that your Savior was a weakling? I knew him. I know him more personally than any of you. I could even prove to you these things I speak of. He sees everything. He was a warrior before he was a prophet. He attempted to raise your vibrations through enlightenment. And he was murdered. And you wonder why nature has been taking such a hard hit on your civilization, even destroying your attempted New World Order. If man continues to display that he is broken, what do you think nature does with broken things? Yes, I have the capability to lead you out of the dark, but I cannot do it until you show me a reason to free yourselves. Listen to this nonsense around me. These are the energies that I know. I see the purpose in change. But everybody wants this savior to come back to keep their system of oppression alive. Law enforcement, government employees, I've worked alongside you. You know that we commit crimes to support the law. It's up to you to rise up and choose to be better. You are not required to serve subpar leaders. You are required by God to free yourself. It's the reason he existed for you in the first place. Don't make the energies I represent regret it. It's been very hard for me to survive for the last 8 years. I was given so much light. I even asked them to enlighten the rest of you so that we could experience the same happiness that I found at one time. I could even tell you who the enemies are that have corrupted our once good system. I'm not full of shit. But these energies around me, they so desperately want you to believe that I am. I made a video before just to see if anyone would listen. The responses to that video, that form of medium, they've had an effect. But not the intended effect. You hear this noise? The dark things you do support this noise. Many of you dark beings are entertained by the noise. It is possible for everyone to save themselves, but not without my help. And that's where I leave everything right now, until you show me a reason to do otherwise.